the anatomy of an email that everyone wants to read. There are so many emails dropping into our inbox each day, and plenty that don't even make it that far. So how do we decide which ones we open, which ones deserve a big chunk of our valuable time, and which go straight in the bin? Well, the following podcast is chock full of tips and tricks into best email design practices, the essential areas that you must get right, and how. Anatomy of an email. There are three main sections that add up to the anatomy of an email. Getting each area right is like following a guide to beat a video game. It's a linear process, and if you get any one part wrong, then chances are you'll fail to get to the next level. Here's the typical email structure: header, body, footer, or as we prefer to label the same sections. Convincing your customer to open your email. Convincing your customer they need your product/service. Convincing your customer to make a purchase/get in touch/stay in touch/say goodbye. Follow our email design mantra and you won't go far wrong. Get them opened, get them interested, and get them clicking. If you concentrate on each of these critical areas, your emails stand the best chance of doing the job they were created for. So, with no further ado, let's get stuck into those crucial factors that lead to sales and conversions. Welcome to Bouncers All in How to Design an Email Guide. The header, or convince your customer to open your email. Subject line. This is your best chance to convince your customers to open your email. So, your subject line has to be personal, engaging, relevant, concise, and have a sense of urgency. It should let them know that you've got something that they want or need. Now, getting all of those elements into around 7 words, or less than 130 characters, is where the real creativity comes in. What you must do: use energetic and exciting copy terms like discover, earn, and grow. Suggest success and create intrigue and desire. Personalize if you can squeeze it in, and you should. Personalizing a subject line has shown to increase the chances of recipients opening your emails. What you mustn't do: don't use spammy words, phrases, etc. Anything the spam spotters don't like will bump up your chances of not even making it into the inbox. Don't use words like free, win, coupon, or urgent. Don't use bad grammar or excessive punctuation, especially exclamation points. And don't write copy that doesn't make sense just to try and stay under the recommended 7-word or 130-character limit. Preheader. The preheader or snippet is the first few words of the text of your message in the body section. Too many senders waste this opportunity with an unsubscribe link or legal info. Creative design can help to disguise those few words at the top of your email so that they don't impact the attractive visual of your email body. It's an excellent opportunity to back up your subject line and make another strong point that the recipient really needs to open the email and find out more. Send from name. This is all about building trust. Your from name should appear to be from a person, and you must include your brand. It's an absolute necessity that your recipient knows exactly who's sending them an email at first glance. If the name field shows Sue Jones from business name, then you'll feel as though you're connecting with a person from a company you recognize instead of a stranger or a cog in any old corporate machine. Think about who ultimately receives the replies and consider sending your emails from them. They're going to be the ones responding to inquiries after all. Some businesses have found that sending from the CEO gets the best response. For others, it's the sales or leads team members. It's whatever works for you. Just make sure that it works. Reply to address. Robotic sounding nor uplead or do not reply at addresses make recipients feel like part of a process instead of being part of a relationship. Consider both parts of an email address. How does Sue Jones at your brand.com sound compared to admin at or sales at? Another thing about your reply to address, make sure your recipients can reply to them, and if they do reply, that they'll get a response. With high-volume campaigns, it's easy for replies to get lost, and with them, the opportunities they'd bring. The footer, or convince your customer to make a purchase / get in touch / stay in touch / say goodbye. Contact information. Not only do you need all of your traditional contact details here, to make getting in touch with the right department as easy as possible, but you should also include all of your business's social media points. Social media buttons create a high volume of clicks as well as promoting another marketing stream. Subscription information. Your recipients will appreciate the opportunity to choose how many messages they get each week. You don't want to annoy them, so don't. Try not to think of it as missing out on opportunities by reducing the amount of marketing you send to them, but building a better relationship. Relationships lead to trust, to interest, and ultimately to sales. Unsubscribe. We keep highlighting the importance of a clean email list, how the unsubscribe link is your friend and not your enemy. It's far better to lose contact in a healthy way instead of them regularly sending you to their junk folder, creating complaints, and damaging your email reputation. The body or convince your customer they need your product / service. Keep everything clean and clear. Don't confuse your customers. Entertain them, absolutely, but don't overload them, and keep your message ultra clear. What are you trying to achieve by sending them this email? Make sure you concentrate on that and don't dilute your message, trying to cram too many other less essential items in. Be sure to optimize for desktop and mobile. Obviously, let each section of your message breathe, and use images to break up your copy and highlight a point. Just don't overdo it. Personalization makes prizes. Even though we all understand that the email was created purely for us but for thousands of recipients on a list, psychologically, we still react to personalization. Don't ask me to explain how the human subconscious works. Just accept that including a recipient's name will boost your chances of a response. Turn your call to action into a magnet. Make the call to action impossible to miss. If you can make it feel unthinkable to not click on it, then your job here is done. It's the most important part of completing your email to conversion journey. Whatever you do, don't hide it in the shadows. That doesn't just mean making it huge and in the brightest color in your palette, but the lure of the product, how it will improve your customers' lifestyles. That's what makes your product and your call to action irresistible. The footer, or convince your customer to make a purchase / get in touch / stay in touch / say goodbye. Contact information. Not only do you need all of your traditional contact details here, to make getting in touch with the right department as easy as possible, but you should also include all of your business's social media points. Social media buttons create a high volume of clicks as well as promoting another marketing stream. Subscription information. Your recipients will appreciate the opportunity to choose how many messages they get each week. You don't want to annoy them, so don't. Try not to think of it as missing out on opportunities by reducing the amount of marketing you send to them, but building a better relationship. Relationships lead to trust, to interest, and ultimately to sales. Unsubscribe. We keep highlighting the importance of a clean email list, how the unsubscribe link is your friend and not your enemy. It's far better to lose contact in a healthy way instead of them regularly sending you to their junk folder, creating complaints, and damaging your email reputation. The importance of the to field. This guide into the anatomy of an email message, if you use it as a checklist, should help you create the ultimate tool for email opens, interactions, and conversions. But before we sign off, we want to add how important the to field is for your email campaigns. Everything we've spoken about won't matter in the slightest if your emails don't reach your recipients' inboxes. And that's where having clean email lists that operate on best list hygiene practices is a must. Bouncer your list cleaning tool. Make sure every email that makes it into your to field is valid, healthy, and is someone who is ready to engage and wants to hear your news. Using a program to verify email addresses like Bouncer will make sure you stand the strongest chance of maximizing your deliverability. And with the perfect email landing in those inboxes, well, just watch the sales flood in.